Hey guys, it's Sayan. If you are new here, welcome. And if you've been here already, welcome back. I missed you guys a lot, as per usual. Let's talk about doing it while you're scared, okay? Because faith over fear, always. I have had countless of moments where I almost stopped in the sense of chasing my dreams because of fear. Fear of acceptance, fear of people not liking what I have to say, fear of not being perfect at what I do. And that includes posting vlogs. There have been times where I've been terrified to post my music, post my any type of content, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, this vlog itself, um, starting over, writing my blog, or even hosting my sip and paints. That's very scary in itself. Starting a business. There's so many things I've done where even people outside of me, they're like, how do you do it? I'd be too scared. I am scared. I'm always nervous. I overthink everything. But what I do is still do it. I still try because God told me I'm worthy. He said I have a voice and to use it. And I feel like I put my trust in Him over anything else. And one important lesson I've learned is that we shouldn't be looking for acceptance or validation from people, but God Himself. Not only is He bigger and better than everything, but He's the ultimate guide. He's the one who has His plan written out for us, and He's the one who tells us what He wants and doesn't want us to do and what's good for us and what isn't. So it's all about being obedient and having faith over fear. When I post my vlogs, when I share my music, it's like I have a sense of anxiety throughout my body, like a sense of nerves, almost like butterflies, but the complete opposite. But the important thing is, I did it anyway. And that's where this whole conversation starts. When we have fear about chasing our dreams, it can show up as procrastination, overthinking, or essentially waiting for the right time. But how do we really determine when the right time is? If we keep waiting and waiting and waiting, it will never be the right time and we'll never share our content. One of my good friends, Nye, she always says, post that content. And she's very right because not only is your voice important and you want to use your platform for good, we are all unique individuals and we all need each other to learn, get through life, support each other, lean on each other. Essentially, learning, right? We all have something to learn from the other individual because we all are different and have a unique purpose. Sometimes it's not a fear of failing as well, it's a fear of being seen. I kind of hate being perceived or the thought of it, like thinking about how people see me as a different individual. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Fear isn't always a warning. Sometimes it's an invitation to grow and get better because you have to become comfortable in the uncomfortable. Because when you try something new, it's not all laughs and giggles. It's, am I going to be good at this? Am I going to be perfect? Are people watching me? What are they thinking about me? But half the time, people are not worried about you. They're so worried about themselves. They are not even looking at you or worrying if you're good or bad. And also, the only way to get good at something is to keep trying over and over. So I suggest you start trying now because you have to get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Everything in the beginning is uncomfortable, and if you don't let old things go, you can't open new doors. I know that's not how the quote goes, but close enough. I know I mentioned waiting for the right time, but in reality, no one's ever ready. There is no perfect time. There's no perfection. Does not even exist. It's always progress over perfection. And the most important part is starting. Because when you start, you can learn from your mistakes. You can improve over time. You can get over the fear of being seen or failing because the only way to a win is to get a loss. Like losses lead to wins and losses are lessons. So a loss really isn't a loss. So I want to talk a bit about my blog, Miracles for the Mind. I started it in June 2022. And I'm a type of person that has a lot of hobbies, a lot of interests, and a lot of ideas and goals. And it's actually funny because since I am a person who just tries things, I've actually realized so many things that I'm not even interested in or don't want to do. And that's the best part because when you're younger, or it doesn't even matter what age you are really, but when you try something and then you're like, I don't like that, it gives you free space to work on something that you genuinely like, right? So I've tried a lot of ventures, whether it's making lip gloss, trying to sell clothes, you name it, right? And so in 2022, I love writing. I've always loved writing my whole life. And I had an idea and I got inspiration from a friend who started a music blog. So I said, you know what? Like, I've always wanted to write and I've never seen myself having a blog, but I'm just going to try it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I was very scared putting out my writing. My first article was Believe in Yourself Today, and it's still one of my favorites to this day. And when I wrote it and I shared it, I was nervous because I don't really share my writing with many people. And I also, my blog is a self help mental health psychology blog. And with the stigma surrounding mental health, I was scared to be vulnerable. I was scared to use my voice. I was scared to have people read my writing and read my thoughts and so on and so forth. I wasn't sure anyone would even read it. I've learned a lot after doing things while I'm scared. And actually, when I started my blog, that's when I started using the quote a lot, becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable, because it plays a lot of parts within my life. Like, for example, around the time I started my blog, I also started a job as a fine dining server. Did that for 3 years. I served for 7, but I did fine dining for 3 years. And the first 2 months, maybe even longer, I just kept saying, become comfortable in the uncomfortable, because serving in a regular restaurant versus fine dining is a very, very big difference. Very big difference in expectation, clientele, so on and so forth. And so I was nervous. I didn't think I'd be good enough. I didn't think that my managers would think I was a good worker. And I was putting my all into it. It's just a sense of overthinking and not necessarily having that faith over fear, right? And so I persisted. I became comfortable in the uncomfortable. And I learned that we are our hardest critics. And usually, that little voice in your head telling you not to do something, depending what it is, it's just the enemy telling you you can't do something when you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything you want to really achieve. And I've learned that I have a lot of talent and a lot of capability, and sometimes I self sabotage. And honestly, when you keep going after something while you're scared, it teaches you that it's not as bad as it seems and also not as hard as it seems. Like putting myself out there on this very YouTube channel, especially starting over on YouTube, is definitely different, but it's a beautiful experience nonetheless. My faith definitely plays a huge part into doing things while I'm scared, because God is my strength and He's the rock that I stand on, okay? He is that person that guides me and helps me believe in myself. And again, faith over fear. It's all about having faith in our creator that he has a plan written out for us, and we also have to put the work in and not just wait on him to do it for us. And sometimes courage just looks like saying, God, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go anyway. God, I don't know the outcome, but I'm going to work anyway. And, tying back to miracles for the mind, the true miracle is moving scared, not waiting safe. It's like entrepreneurship. There's risks, and you have to get the risk to get to success. I apply that to all areas of my life because I guess I've always been a risk taker, but again, it's not easy. I'm scared, but I'm still doing it. And I do want to let you guys know that I've learned a few different lessons while putting myself out there. Number one, fear does not disappear. It never disappears. It just gets quieter when you move, for sure. Number two, confidence comes after consistency. And speaking on consistency, I had to learn that you're not always going to be motivated. You just have to have discipline and be consistent. So to always show up for yourself. And that ties back to self-care as well. Small steps count. Small steps get to your bigger goal, and it's all about taking it day by day, one step at a time. And whether that's posting a reel or posting a YouTube short or putting out your blog, your first blog post, even if it's one poem, one paragraph, or posting on your story something amazing you want to chase, small steps count. Even waking up in the morning and doing a new morning routine. Just do it scared. Do it scared and it gets easier. And like I was saying earlier, people are not watching as much as you think. They're mostly rooting for you. And I've also learned that strangers will root for you first before someone that's closest to you. And that's something important to remember, because not everyone you expect to support you is going to support you. And that's something I had to learn the hard way, and something that genuinely hurt my feelings at first. But if I don't believe in myself, who's going to believe in me? And a book that really helped me through this is called I Am My Brand. I actually need to rebuy it and reread it. But she talks about how you're a winner, you deserve to be a winner. If you don't believe in yourself, literally, who's going to believe in you? If you don't promote yourself, who's going to promote you? If you don't post what you believe in, who's going to do it for you? Nobody. You have to do it yourself. And you have to do it whether you're scared or not, because it's all about having faith. If you're sitting on an idea, you already know what to do. You as a person knows what you need best. Sometimes other people have different life paths and we try to compare ourselves or imitate what they have going on, but God has a different plan for everybody. So we can't compare, because comparison is a thief of joy. We don't want to imitate our life to somebody else because we have different characteristics, different goals, different hobbies, different likes, dislikes, values. And your dreams will not wait for you to stop being scared. They're waiting for you to believe in yourself enough to begin. And I really encourage doing affirmations for yourself daily, listening to a podcast that might lift your spirits, maybe meditation or journaling. And me personally, I'm the type to video journal rather than writing, because when I journal and I write, my brain thinks faster than I write, then I start to get upset. So if I'm talking to my camera, it's nothing bad. And then on top of that, I do voice memos too. So I encourage you to journal your process, how scared you might be, how much easier it gets along the way, what your dreams are, your goals, your aspirations, and what you're going to do to fight that fear and get more faith. Yeah, so I encourage you this week to write down one thing you've been avoiding and take one scared step towards it. And I have ADHD, queen of ADHD. So sometimes I get ADHD overload, and if I have a to-do list longer than 3 things, I just kind of freeze. So another tip I have is to write 3 things only at a time. Your top 3 most urgent first. Handle those. It helps you and your dopamine, okay? Check those off, add 3 more, 3 at a time. Then another tip I have is working for 25 minutes, taking a 5-minute break. Because when you're scared, especially, you need to be patient with yourself. You need to have grace and compassion towards yourself. Be nice to yourself, because we are doing it scared and it's not easy. Doing it doesn't make it just easy. So we're going to face some obstacles. We're going to face some trials. And I'm talking to myself too, because I need to be more lenient with myself and focus more on self-care. But yeah, overall, chasing your dreams does not mean you're fearless, but you're getting closer and closer to your goal and closer to having faith over fear. Doing it scared is still doing it. And one day you'll look back and realize fear never left, but neither did you. You didn't leave yourself hanging. You trust yourself more. You believe in yourself more. And that's what I got for today's video. I love you guys. I'm super proud of you for trying and doing. I'm super proud of everything you've accomplished in your whole life and in this week and today. I'm glad you woke up. I'm glad God was able to wake you up. I'm glad you're able to watch videos and just decompress. I really hope everything in your life is going right, whether it's work, school, family, friends. I pray for you. I pray for your healing. I pray for your success. I pray for your worries, your anxieties, and your fears to get better. I pray for God to put his hand over you and help you just realize that you're worthy and you deserve everything good in life. You do. And he has a plan for you. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. This is Say. Thanks for watching Conversations with Say. Don't forget to move scared. Don't forget to move soft. But just move anyway. You can do this. I love you. Thank you for watching. Just sometimes that we have. Just sometimes.